Hey y'all, it's Danielle from Black Business Boom and Booming You. I am really excited to be coming to you this evening. I'll tell you one thing, I'm tired. I just got home from the Bears game yesterday, which is why my voice is gone a little bit. So y'all gotta excuse me and bear with me. But I couldn't wait to have this conversation with Dr. Lorena Poe, who is joining me this evening. She's joining from Cryo and Contour. They do some amazing work over there. I've been over there to get my hormones tested and all kind of stuff over the years. And so Dr. Poe is coming to us this evening. We're going to talk about some of the amazing work that they do there at Cryo and Contour and how she can help us with some of our weight loss goals for the new year. If y'all got them like I got them. So I'm excited to have you with me tonight. How are you, Dr. Poe?
Thank you. I'm doing so well. I'm so excited to be able to share with the audience here tonight.
Yes, so am I. I'm so excited to have you as well. Well, let's go ahead and get into it. Tell the people, what is Cryo and Contour?
So, I opened Cryo and Contour in 2019. It's a medically guided wellness and body contouring clinic that helps provide people who have tried diet and exercise but still feel stuck. So, I focus on understanding how the body actually works with the metabolism, hormones, lifestyle, and create a realistic personalized plan so that it's safe because you got a medical doctor behind you and sustainable results to help promote confidence again, because when the confidence is down, we just really can't do like live our best life, can we? Our confidence is low. So I help with all of that.
Absolutely. And so you are an actual, like you were a PCP before this, right? And so
Exactly.
what made you make this transition into doing this type of medical work?
So I was really discouraged at continuing to have to deal with sick care instead of helping the people to be well. So they would come in my office and I would prescribe the medications. And all of the time in the back of my mind, I'm like, this could be prevented, if someone would just have told them earlier. So I really want to get the message out to people that they don't have to have these various illnesses that they have. They can actually take care of themselves and preemptively on the front end handle it so that they can actually live their best life and not have to suffer. Especially, we're living longer these days, and you want to live long and healthy. You don't want to live long and sick, right? So what we do at Crime and Contour is help to identify things by getting lab work and identifying the optimal ranges. So a lot of times people go to their doctor and they say, well, my doctor said everything was normal, but being normal doesn't mean you feel well when your labs are normal. Normal labs just mean that out of all the people, that your labs fall within a certain range in the middle. It doesn't mean that that's what the optimal numbers should be. And so once you get your levels in the optimal range, then you actually start feeling better and actually are able to be awake after 5 o'clock in the evening and things like that. So that's what our focus is at Cryo and Contour.
I love it. Yeah, I love that not only do you focus on kind of the weight loss and the aesthetic of looking well, but really just making sure that people feel good as well. I remember I posted and was like, "Oh Lord, I'm tired." Everybody and I made a post that said something like, "Everybody is tired," and so many people were like, "Yes, I am." And you were
Mm.
like, "Yeah, you probably need to come get some work, some blood work done,"
Well, yes,
and
after
not only
35,
just
you know.
ran the normal standard panel, but some additional things to really identify what's going on with you. And I think that's what really, sets you apart. But let's talk about this weight loss. This is something that a lot of people are challenged with. I know me for one, my weight goes up and down. It's who knows what weight I'm gonna be when you catch me.
Mhm.
But what I've noticed is as I'm getting older, it's becoming more and more difficult to lose weight, right? Like before I just cut the carbs, I'm losing 20 pounds in 2 months. I'm good. And now as I'm getting older, it's like you gotta be doing all the things. And you still are not seeing the scale move like it did
Oh, it's
10,
yes.
15 years ago.
Mhm.
Why is that? Like, why is it so difficult, even for some younger people, to lose weight when they call themselves really trying and really putting in the effort and really doing the things that they think are the right things? and they're still not seeing the scale move.
That's right. So weight loss is not about willpower. You're right. So a lot of things can happen. When you think about babies when they're born, right? They get all the nutrients that they need for their bodies to work properly from their mother. Even sometimes women's teeth fall out just so they can give the baby enough nutrition. So over the years, we're supposed to be supplementing that nutrition with healthy foods. And on a cellular level, our cells need that nutrition to actually function properly. So weight loss is actually something that happens on a cellular level. If you're not eating the proper foods, if the foods that you're eating have not been grown on land that is not overused, then we get the nutrients that we need. But we in 2026 have to add nutrients to our regimen. So supplements are very important because we eat fried foods, and that um, eliminates all the vitamins in the food. So supplementation is important, but everybody can't have the same supplements, right? So the amount of vitamin C you need versus what I need may be totally different. I know my vitamin D has been extremely low because I stay indoors a lot, unfortunately. But when we get those vitamins balanced, that's when our cells can actually do their job. So their job is to make energy. And so making energy comes from the tools of actual having vitamins. So I actually developed a online pharmacy so that you can get vitamins now that are approved. So everybody can go into any vitamin store around, but the vitamins that are actually in those capsules may not be what's on the label. And so it's very important to me that my patients actually get the vitamins that they need by looking at the seal. So what you can do when you buy supplements is look on the seal and make sure it has a USP or GMP symbol, because some of these weight loss medications or supplements actually have shown to have sawdust and laxatives in there. You're like, oh, this is working, but actually, it's not what you think is in there. So we really need to have a standardized way of getting what we need. So that's why I draw labs, and then also knowing that what's in the bottle is actually what's on the label that we're looking to have.
Man, that's sawdust is crazy.
It is crazy.
That's
We have to be careful
unbelievable.
because a lot of our patients tell me like, I'm taking my vitamins, but then when you look at the bottle, it's suspicious. So you have to really be careful.
So, what makes someone a good candidate for the services that you provide?
Well, really, anyone who is ready for real change and who wants sustainable results. So we don't really do, the quick fixes, but we do not, we don't promise, extreme changes, but we have patients who are losing like 15 pounds a month and keeping it off. And so if you really want change and you're really ready to put in the work, which basically means following my instructions, which are not hard, like no food is off limits in my program. So I'm really ready to help anyone who's ready to be there and stand up for themselves.
And so, yeah, that's important because I'll tell you, like sometimes you go so extreme that it's not sustainable.
Exactly.
Even if you get the results, soon as you stop doing the things, the weight comes right back. Now, tell us a little bit about like what services someone may experience along with, supplements and eating healthier and managing their diet. What are some of the actual services that they may get in at Cryo and Contour?
Sure. So everyone's plan is individualized. We do have program called the New Direction program, where we use meal replacements to obtain the results. Then we can have a step down from there where you're actually coming in maybe once a month. Sometimes I only see people twice after doing a nutrition program with them or a nutrition plan to get them to be able to identify which foods they need and the amount. So I use a bioimpedance vector analysis. I don't know if you've ever heard of that, but it tells actually how healthy the cells are and what exactly needs to be done to make sure that you're healthy on a cellular level.
Okay, that is wild. It's crazy, like all of this new stuff that's coming along that's like on the cell level. I know I've seen, God, I can't think of the name of it right now, but there's some new the NAD
Oh yeah, we definitely
injection.
use that. Oh my gosh, it works wonders. That and the food intolerance test. So if you know which foods that you're intolerant to, then your body actually works completely differently. So once you eliminate the foods that your body doesn't like, then your body can actually absorb the vitamins that you're eating, because you're thinking, oh, I'm eating my salad and everything like that, taking these protein shakes. But if your body's not actually absorbing the nutrients, then you're not benefiting from it. So we have food intolerance tests that actually Carol actually tried, and she was going to tell us a little bit about her experience.
Okay, let's go ahead. We got Carol. Let's go ahead and bring Carol on because I definitely want to hear about Carol and her experience. Welcome, Carol. How are you?
I am so much better. How are you doing?
I am fantastic. Even though
Awesome.
my Bears lost, I am great. I
Oh,
can't
sorry.
complain.
It was a really good game.
It was a great game. Well, I'm going to let Dr. Poe tell us a little bit about Carol and her experience.
All right, so Miss Carol came to me and she'll tell you about her symptoms, but once she got her food intolerance test results, she didn't use them at first. so, and so we met back up, and then she'll tell you how it went after that.
She's right. It took me a while to kind of accept and decide to be obedient with the plan that Dr. Poe gave me. Essentially, just to kind of run it back to the beginning, I've had the triad of allergies, eczema, and asthma since I was a teenager. And I felt like at this stage in my life, my symptoms were becoming more exacerbated. So I saw Dr. Poe. She first suggested the food intolerance test, which I did. The results came in. She emailed them to me. We went over what it meant. And I was looking at some of the things that she was saying that I was kind of intolerant to, not an allergy, but intolerance. And she explained the difference of that. And I'm like, Doc, like, I can't give up. Some of these are like my favorite foods. And she said, well, you only have to give it up for a couple of months, see how your body feels. And I'm like, but some of these foods, like I love, like chicken was on my list, y'all, chicken. And she was like, well, it's not that you have to give it up forever, but what if you actually end up feeling better after you give it up? So it took a couple months, and then I finally decided, okay, you know what, I'm going to commit. And there were several things that were really, really high on the test that I completely eliminated. And once I mentally committed, it actually was easy for me to do. And I will tell you that my asthma, I have exercise induced asthma, and I don't use my inhaler as much. Eczema, where is it? This time of year, because it's cold and it's dry, I typically am having to use my eczema creams. Some of them are prescription and lots of lotion, especially on my hands. And I've not had to use any. And then also my allergies are better. I used to get like hives, just random. At least I thought they were random. But once I eliminated some of the things that she told me to, then I realized, okay, hey, my body is just really, really inflamed. So I have no regrets about the hair test, the hair intolerance test, and actually listening to Dr. Poe and following through.
Oh Lord. Now see that's the thing because you get the results. Now you gotta actually do something
You
with
have
them.
to do it.
I like so many
And
times we're just blissfully ignorant about what's going on and we're uncomfortable or we got things that we're dealing with, but to us we're just happy and and giving up these things once we know, like now
Mhm.
we can't say we didn't know. Now we can't
Exactly.
use that as an excuse. And so
But then you
you
have a
know,
choice. You have a choice then. So you can decide, do I want to have my skin breaking out when I'm going on, to this party or going out of town? I can eat the chicken when I get back. You know what I mean? So you actually have more control. And I think that builds confidence and hope.
I do too. I'm sure it does. There's I'm over here like, I'm gonna have to come on and do this test.
Yeah.
but then you have to commit to actually making the changes in your life. Now, I want to hear more about because you got something new that you're rolling out that I'm super
Yes.
excited about. My friend T was telling me about this, and I swear I feel like it's gonna change lives. Before we jump into that, Carol, was there anything else you wanted to leave us with?
Just to kind of go off of what you just said, Danielle, like it sounds hard, but if you feel so much better in the end, like I feel my skin looks better, I feel better. I even lost some pounds just because my body wasn't as inflamed. I'm a business owner, I'm a pediatric dentist, and I own my own practice. So I see kids of all sorts all day long. So I need my focus, I need my energy. So it was worth it to me. So just my 2 cents.
Yeah, I appreciate you and I thank you so much for joining us and just giving us that perspective because again, you can hear it from the professional, the doctor, the person who does this, but to hear it from someone who actually experienced it is something totally different. Before I let you go, tell us about your clinic and how people can reach you if they are looking for a pediatric dentist.
I am the owner of First Impressions Pediatric Dentistry. It's in Nolensville, Tennessee. And I've been open for 5.5 years, proudly serving Middle Tennessee. Our theme is we are here to remove the fear. So we see kids of all ages, whether they've seen the dentist before or a million times, whether they love going to the dentist or they're afraid. And our goal is just to make going to the dentist fun and easy.
I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Again, thank you for joining us, Carol. Totally appreciate you for jumping in and just giving us the perspective of someone who's gone through the process.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks so much. All right, Dr. Poe, let's get back to this new innovative because I mean, you are always, right there with the innovative solutions. And I love all of the things. Like I'm the one that's raising my hand to try all of the new things. So tell us about what's coming up at Cryo and Contour.
Yes, so we are always on the front of any type of new and safe measures. And so when it comes to health and wellness, we're at the forefront. So 2025, actually, the FDA has approved stem cell use in a limited way, but they put some guidelines on it, but we are able to get access to this technology. So if you haven't heard of stem cells are cells that can actually replicate any cell within your body and decrease inflammation. So if we're getting these stem cells, then they are able to help with improving illnesses and disease that are associated with inflammation. So that could be Alzheimer's, autism, autoimmune diseases, and that's what we suffer from, right? And we think that we don't have any other options. So now I'm able to give patients options with this stem cell therapy. I'm really excited about that. And then the other exciting part is where we get these stem cells from, right?
That's the real part. That's the exciting part for folks like me. Tell us where we get the stem cells from.
And so the stem cells actually come from removing your fat, your unwanted fat from your body, your stomach area, whatever region you don't want the fat from. We take the fat and use those stem cells as a source of healing. And so another part of what the FDA has allowed is for us to use your stem cells for your body and also for your patient's body. So I'm going to be doing a webinar this Thursday on the 22nd explaining all the details to these procedures.
Yeah, that's crazy, right? So I get to remove the fat, not only remove the fat, but actually use the fat for good. We get to use the fat for good. I love it. I love it. Tell me, like, the fat removal, like, what does that look like?
So it's liposuction. However, the recovery is phenomenal with this particular machine. And so you can get back to doing your regular daily activities after 4 or 5 days. So it's really, really awesome. So the older technology, you're out for 6 weeks and things like that. You have to have drains and be put to sleep. No more do we have to do that.
Okay, so you get the fat taken out, and then the patient tells you what they are struggling with, or you identify, if they're dealing with pain or inflammation or whatever, and then you go from there with then putting it back into them. Is that how that works?
So you can put it back two different ways. So one, we can put it right back, same session, We can put it back if you want to do like remove from your abdomen area, put into the breast or the buttocks area. We can do that. Or if you want stem cells, the fat does have to be minimally processed, and that will require a separate procedure. So just say, for instance, if you had knee arthritis and you wanted to inject into your knees so you can, dunk a basketball again, we can get that together for you. Or if it's going to be used for illness, it would be through the IV, depending on what the illness is. So.
Mm, amazing. I am excited about this opportunity. And you are one of the first doctors that'll be able to offer this in Middle Tennessee, right?
Yeah, so I think there's other doctors, but they don't use the stem cells for other family members or for yourself. They just use it for that one instance within that procedure, and you don't have the ability to store and have lifelong
Mm.
legacy of stem cells.
Oh,
So that's another
amazing.
option.
Yeah, I have been seeing so much. I've actually heard such great things about stem cell
Yeah.
treatments. I heard about a doctor locally that someone went in and, like you said, their knee was messed up and they were able to get some. But I've been getting ads on Instagram and Facebook of like go to Panama because I guess
Yeah.
they have things approved in other countries that are not
And
approved
that's someone
here.
else's stem cells that you'll be using that you do not know who they
Oh.
belong to. And so there can be risks associated with that, including rejection, right? So if you're getting
Mm.
someone else's cells, your body can reject that, and there can be devastating consequences from that. So stem cells are not just for the elite anymore. They used to cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, and now they're more affordable. And now we got afterpay and all these other things too. So
That
it's
part.
pretty
I
awesome.
love it. I love it. Well, I am excited about this treatment, but just about all of the things that you are doing there, Cryo and Contour. Like I
Thank you.
said, I remember I went long time ago. This had to be when you first opened back in 2019 and did my first
Oh,
cryotherapy
yeah, right.
session. Yes, which is I mean, it's an experience if you've
Full
never
body
done it.
scale.
But I mean, there's so many benefits to it. I've done my hormone therapy there. I've gotten some great supplements from you. So I trust you and believe that you are doing the research to find the best treatments for us. For those that are tuned in and they want to learn more about what you're doing at Cryo and Contour, they maybe are looking for to just live their best life, find out what they're insensitive to, or lose some weight, or whatever it might be. How can they find you?
Sure. So the best way to access us is by text. So you can text our phone number 615-819-2201. And our website has tons of information there too. Cryoandcontour.com, CRYOANDCONTOUR. And then we do have Instagram and Facebook. Instagram is cryo_and_contour, and Facebook is Cryo and Contour. So we'll see you
I
there.
love it. I love it. And also for those that are interested in the stem cell therapy, I
Mhm.
will make sure that I drop the link to register for the webinar this
Yeah.
Thursday. Look for it in the caption and in the comments on this because I mean you want to be there. I'm gonna make sure I'm there, but be there to get the information for yourself in real
And
time.
for your family, if you have anyone in the family that may have any illnesses that are associated with inflammation, definitely show up to that
Definitely.
webinar.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested. I have a family with lupus and different conditions that I mean they need to be there and hear about this. So I'm excited.
Thank you
Thank you
so much.
so much for joining me this evening. Thank y'all for tuning in, everyone. I appreciate you. And make sure you go and check out Cryo and Contour right here in Middle Tennessee, right on Nolensville Road in Nolensville, Tennessee. Thanks again, Dr. Poe.
Thank you. Have a
All
good
right.
night.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Have a great night.